Okay. Listen carefully, everybody. Okay. So what I'm asking people to do is to compare these parameters with these parameters for any cantilever beam. So you take the first example and do this comparison. So in a cantilever beam, I'm asking you to compare these parameters Rv and M0 at the fixed supports with shear force and bending moment respectively. So compare Ry value with V. Compare M0 value with Bm. What is the value of Ry for the first example? Turn your pages, see the first example, tell me the value of Ry. So first example is cantilever beam with point load at the free end. What is the value of Ry? What is the value of Ry at the fixed support? I'm asking magnitude. W, very good. What is the value of shear force? What is the value of shear force? So shear force is equal to W also. Understand? Both are same. Same thing, do the comparison with the second example. Go with the second example. At the fixed support, see the value of Ry and compare with the shear force value V. Same or not in terms of magnitude? Others, are you finding out to be same? Ry value for the second example is QL. Shear force also equal to QL at the fixed supports. Same way, do the comparison third example. Because we have four examples which are regarding cantilever beams. So third example is cantilever beam with triangular load. You should have both of them to be same. Check it. Check for fourth also. Let me know in any of those four examples this condition is not valid. Kindly do the comparison and check if the condition is not valid for all the four examples. First four, because we are discussing about only cantilever beams. Yes? Understood? Same way, now do the comparison regarding reaction moment and bending moment. See the first example, that is cantilever beam with point load at the free end. See the value of reaction moment M0, which you got in the first step by applying equilibrium conditions, and compare with bending moment value at the fixed supports. They are same or not for the first example, or not? M0 value for the first example is W into L. Bending moment is also equal to W into L at that location. See in the second example. Second example, are they same? Reaction moment M0 and bending moment M0. Bending moment value. In the second example, reaction moment is, I think it is QL by 2. QL into L by 2. QL square by 2. It is QL square by 2. It is also QL square by 2. Same way, check third example. You'll have QL by square by 6. Third example also same. Check in fourth example also, you'll have same. So the biggest advantage for a cantilever beam is, anywhere in any question, if they ask you the value of shear force or bending moment at the fixed support, immediately get the value of reaction force or reaction moment at the fixed supports. So whatever reaction force you are getting, that itself is the magnitude of shear force. Whatever reaction moment you are getting, that itself is the magnitude of bending moment. Understand? It is the biggest shortcut. Okay, so whenever you say cantilever beam, most probably they will be asking you the value of shear force and bending moment at the fixed supports only. Kindly remember, keeping this shortcut in mind. If you are unnecessarily doing the extra calculation, then you will be wasting your time. Okay, clear? So this is the biggest shortcut. Understand? Please remember. And so you can take this as shortcut number 1. Another shortcut I am giving, it is not that much significant, but still you can remember. If you have a cantilever beam, sorry, not cantilever beam, simply supported beam having a point load W at a distance of A, and this is B. So total A plus B is equal to L. So bending moment at the point of application of load is equal to WAB by A plus B. Bending moment at the point of application of load is equal to given by WAB by A plus. This is the formula. It's better you remember. That can save your time to a very great extent. And this is equal to maximum bending moment. Okay, at the location of the applied load, bending moment is WAB by A plus B or WAB by L, and it is equal to the maximum magnitude of bending moment. Understood? So this is the second shortcut. Clear? So remaining shortcuts we'll see afterwards because we have to go through some numericals. So but the first shortcut is very important. So whenever you say cantilever beam, if they are asking about shear force and bending moment at the reaction supports or the fixed supports, I'm sorry, then you should be directly finding out, if they are expecting us to get the values of shear force and bending moment at the fixed support, then the values are nothing but magnitudes equal to reaction force and reaction moment at that location. Okay, so you should save your time. Otherwise, you cannot solve 65 questions within 3 hours, all the questions completely and accurately. Okay, clear? Definitely, you cannot get 100% accurately because it's very difficult. So, you should try your level best to maximize your accuracy. So, kindly copy them and go to the question. We're starting with simple questions and slowly we'll increase the level. So, these shortcuts you keep it in a box. Use your red pen and make a box so that whenever you refer your notes, these shortcuts are clearly distinguishable from the remaining text of the chapter. So it's completely directly based upon this formula. So here small a, small b. Small a is given as L by 3. Small b is obviously 2L by 3. If you substitute, you'll get the value of bending moment at that location of the load. Application of load is 2PL by 9. So the answer is D here. Chandresh, I hope you understood the mistake in your calculations. Understand? So the correct answer for this question is D. You can get the same answer if you do in a conventional way. So take the member, do the cuts, okay, draw the bending moment diagram and find out the value of bending moment at x is equal to L by 3. That is small a. You'll get the same answer. Okay, so you can check in that way. As a practice you can do. But I want you people to remember this formula. That's why I given this question. Okay, let's go ahead with the next question. I'm rubbing the board. I hope everybody have copied that. So here there's a plank. So two people of weight W of length L, or two people of weight W sitting on plank of length L floating on water at L by 4 from either end. So floating on water means definitely we can assume that force to be uniformly distributed load. So Q is unknown value. So this is acting over a distance of L. So to get the value of Q, we can apply the condition like this. So Q into L upside minus 2W is equal to 0. Q value is equal to 2W by L. So in this question they are asking the bending moment at the center of the plank. So at the center of the plank they are asking, for this one if you would like to draw the bending moment diagram, you should ideally do 3 cuts. First cut, second cut and third cut. The second cut acts as the cut after W, the first W here, and cut before second W. Here if you take left part of the first cut and if you take the x-axis like this, 0, L by 4, and we'll be getting this uniformly distributed load, and this distance you should take it as x, intensity is equal to q, and v upside, and we should take m anti-clockwise. It is a point. Okay, now when you take the next range, it will be from L by 4 to 3L by 4. So you should take this uniformly distributed load Q. This distance will be x, and here W is acting at a distance of L by 4, and this is V, and this is M. Now for the remaining range, should take the diagram like this. It is W, it is L by 4, and we have another W. This becomes 3L by 4. Is V and yeah. So in this question, they are not asking us to draw the whole bending moment diagram. Here, they are simply asking what is the bending moment at x is equal to L by 2 or center point. X is equal to L by 2 is inside this range. So simply evaluate the value of M for this range, substitute x is equal to L by 2. That itself will give you the answer. So these two calculations are unnecessary, redundant. Clear? So I want to get the value of bending moment only. So equivalent diagram for this one will become W Q into X. This is X by 2. This is X by 2. This is L by 4. M is acting. So M anti-clockwise plus W into total distance is X. X minus L by 4 minus QX square by 2 is equal to 0. In this, if you substitute the values, so Qx square by 2 minus W of X minus L by 4. In this one, substitute the value of Q. Q is nothing but 2W by L. So 2W by L means W X square by L. 2W means 2 will go 2W by L. So W X square by L minus W into X minus L by 4. Substitute X is equal to L by 2. If you substitute X is equal to L by 2, it becomes W L square by 4 minus substitute X equal to L by 2, will get it as W L by 4. So both will add up to 0. So the answer for this question is 0. Clear? So that is how you have to solve this question. Understood? So let's take the next question. In the next class, we will be going ahead with another shortcuts, and they are not moreover shortcuts, they are moreover mathematical results. Okay? So that will help you to answer many questions. Okay, so many questions which are not in terms of diagrams of SFD and BMD. Okay, you'll understand when I explain them. As we are doing for the first time, mistakes will happen. It's very good that it's actually good if you are doing mistakes at this stage, because you'll understand what all the mistakes you could commit and you can avoid later. Okay, it's good if you are getting correct answers. If it is better if you are getting wrong answers also, because you can learn from those mistakes. I'm rubbing the board. I hope no one requires this thing to be copied. Take the next question. It is GATE 2007 question, mechanical engineering paper, and also ISRO 2016 paper. It was copied to ISRO examination. So I'll do the first step because I'm not sure how many people are clear with transferring a force. So here they're given a beam and there's a projection at the middle and load is acting at the projection. And they're asking us to find out the maximum bending moment on the major beam. So here we should do one step. So the beam is given like this. At the center it's having a projection. So let's take this force as R1, this force as R2. Here there is a force of 100 Newton and this distance is equal to given by 0.1 meter. So we should transfer this force from here to here at the center of the beam to understand the effect of the force on the major beam here. So to transfer that, what we should do, we should apply equal and opposite force at that location. If you see here, this 100 and this upside down side, this 100 are making a couple. So if you see the diagram, 100, you'll get clockwise, 100 into 0.1, 10 Newton meter. You have this as R1, you have this as R2. So it's acting at the center. So these two are giving rise to moment of 10 Newton meter, but already existing force is also there, that is 100 Newton. So this is given as 0.5 meter. This is given as 0.5 meter. So you should take this loading condition to get the answer for this question. Okay, so I explained the first step. So you guys can take this question as a homework. We'll discuss the solution for this. Okay, because I want you people to see how much you are clear about the concepts we learned. So this is the test for that for that knowledge. So we'll discuss the solution as well. So if your answer is wrong, you'll be understanding why it is wrong. I'll not give you the answer. I'll not tell you the answer here. So you people try from your side and get the answer. And don't do the guessing. Kindly go ahead with steps and all. Here there is no shortcuts. Okay. So a traditional way only. Okay.